where Lord Ram's pastimes we were discussing. And till yesterday, we discussed that how Lord Ramchandra went forest and Mother Sita was kidnapped, and then all those things, right? Then how the Ravana was killed, and also in Bhagavatam there is this a specific section is given, because if you see that whole Ramayana is summarized by Srila Shukdev Goswami in just two chapters, okay, and then the third chapter is about the further dynasty. So even though when Shukdev Goswami is telling whole Ramayana in very short, but still he dedicated few verses, 4-5 verses, for the section of lamentation of Mandodari and other women from Lanka. Right? So that's very significant thing, because when you are summarizing something, there what and all topic you are having, that is like most important one. And here among whole in this two chapter, like giving 4-5 shlokas for that lamentation part, that's very significant. So why it is? Because Bhagavatam is focusing too much towards the sense, towards the pure devotional service, and renouncing the sense gratification or the lust and other things. So that lamentation of Mandodari and the women is like very powerful, that they are showing that how people are towards material growth and economic development, power, strength, all those things, military power, financial powers, right? So most of the people, they are behind that. So that particular section shows that how a person who is too much successful from the material point of view, and almost like very like topmost position in the world, that person also can be destroyed or finished completely. His things can be completely finished because of one thing. What is that? Lust. Uncontrolled lust, as like Ravana was destroyed. Okay, so that's what Shukdev Goswami is telling it in very detail, right? So otherwise why it is? Because whole Ramayana is completed in like 2 chapters, okay, but in that giving like this much elaborate description of this is very important. Shukdev Goswami is trying to bring our attention that how dangerous the lust is, right? So, and this part is told by Ravana's wife only. So that's another important thing. Others may say, but Ravana's wife will know, na, right? And the chastity, the power of a chaste woman. So that's also explained there. Like Prabhupada writes that Mandodari was chaste, so she could understand the power of another chaste woman, Mother Sita, right? But Ravana, because of his lust, he could not understand it. That's the point. So we discussed these important sections, and now we are discussing. Then Lord Ramchandra came back, and he was the king of Ayodhya. Then he was coronated as king. So then now this next, it explains about the prosperity in the kingdom of Lord Ramchandra. Okay. त्रेतायां वर्तमानायां कालः कृत्समो अभवत् रामे राजनी धर्मज्ञे सर्वभूत सुखावहे. Tretayam, in the Treta Yuga, Vartamanayam, although situated in that period, Kalaha, the period, Krita with the Satyuga, Samaha equal Abhavat, it is so became, Rame because of Lord Ramchandra's being present, Rajani as the ruling king, Dharmagya because he was fully religious, Sarvabhuta of all living entities, Sukha Avahe giving full happiness. Lord Ramchandra became king during Treta Yuga, but because of his good government, the age was like Satyuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. So now there will be very wonderful things explained which were happening in Lord Ramchandra's kingdom. So this sloka is saying about that because of Lord Ramchandra's rule, that age, even though it was Treta Yuga, but it was like Satyuga. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, among the 4 yugas, among the 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, the Kali Yuga is the worst. But if the process of Varnashram Dharma is introduced even in this age of Kali, the situation of Satyuga can be invoked. Prabhupada is saying that even though Kali Yuga is the worst age, but still if we try and we implement Varnashram system here, then there can be some good situation or like Satyuga. So the Hare Krishna movement or Krishna consciousness movement, that means ISKCON, is meant for this purpose. What purpose? To somehow or other establish Varnashram Dharma so that people can progress towards the pure devotion of Krishna while being engaged in their prescribed duties as per their nature. Okay, so Kaler dos nidhe rajan asti hi eko mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear king, although Shukdev Goswami is saying that, my dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, Kaler dos nidhe rajan, one of the very famous verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, this one. Kaler dos nidhe rajan, Kali Yuga is full of faults. Asti hi eko mahan guna. Mahan guna means very great qualities. So there is still, even though Kali Yuga is full of faults, but still there is one good quality about this age. What is that? Kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Kirtanad eva krishnasya. Krishna's kirtan, what is that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. So it is not only one thing that you are getting free, because if you just get free from, like sometimes people are just trying to get free from material entanglement, so they go into Brahma Jyoti like that. For their, this is, I just want to get rid of this all problems and Janam Mrityu, everything. They understand that. So they try to get rid of it and go somewhere in Nirvana, or what is that called? Brahman. Just like that. But one step further is getting free from material entanglement and getting engaged in the service of Krishna. Leave the service of Maya and get engaged in the service of Krishna. Leave the material existence and start the spiritual existence in the spiritual world. Okay? Transcendental kingdom of Krishna. That's the point here. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will give you that thing. Not only one thing. What is that? That not only it will get you freed from the material entanglement, but also Hare Krishna Mahamantra will take us in the transcendental kingdom of Sri Krishna, the Golok Vrindavan, back home, back to Godhead. Okay, so that's the point here, that just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can get rid of material entanglement. Material entanglement means this Janam, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, old age, disease, death. Everybody want to get rid of this. Nobody want that my hair should become white and this wrinkles and all those things, right? Everybody want to get free from old age. Everybody want to get free from disease. Nobody want that I should be always sick. Nobody want that. People want that I should be healthy. Nobody want to die. Everybody is afraid of death. So, and then these three kleshas like Adhidevik, Adhibhautik, Adhyatmik, because of our own body and mind, because of others' body and mind, and because of natural calamities, we suffer so much. So this is, unless and until we are till the moment we are in this material existence, we have to suffer this. Janam, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Adhidevik, Adhibhautik, Adhyatmik. We have to suffer this 4 type of problems and 3 type of kleshas. We have to suffer this. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we can get rid of this thing. We can get freed from this material entanglement. And then, what is the next? Next, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra not only will make you free, but also it will engage you it will take you to the Goloka, the spiritual world, the planet, spiritual planet, the abode of Lord Sri Krishna. And there what we will do? There we will engage in the service of Krishna. So what is the result of that? So there is no such problem. Janam, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Budhapa, old age, disease, death. These things are not there. No birth, old age, disease and death in the spiritual world. It is Sanatana, it is eternal, Nitya. And no Adhidevik, no Adhibhautik, no Adhyatmik. So, it's not like in Goloka somebody's intention, oh my hairs are becoming white, oh some wrinkles are coming, which cream I should use so I will look young, my hairs, which kind of color I should use so that. These problems are not there in Goloka. And actually everybody don't want this problem, right? But still people are not taking the right solution. That is a misfortune. That's why Kali Yuga jivas are called Mand Sumand Matyo Mand Bhagyo. Mand Bhagya. Kali Yuga's people's Bhagya is Durbhagya. They have no good fortune. They have only bad fortune, misfortune. They are the most unfortunate people in Kali Yuga. Right? Because what they want, they don't know first of all. First of all, they don't know what is their problem actually. Forget about the solution. Most of the people don't know what is actual problem of life. That means actual problem of life is what? Birth, old age, disease and death. Most of the people don't know that their actual problem is this. Okay, some people know this, so they don't know what to do with it. What is the solution? Many people now, at least, leave who don't know. Now who knows that what is the real problem? They don't know what is the solution. Real, actual solution is what? They don't know. So, they are misfortunate, unfortunate people, right? Because they don't know. And then some people knows solution also. They are not applying the solution. They know this is the medicine, they are not taking it. Some people are taking medicine, but they are not taking precautions, because with medicine there is precautions. They are not taking that. So in this way, Kali Yuga, people are very, very unfortunate. So the point is that they know that this is the solution, and everybody want to get rid of this. That is there, that nobody likes this problem. Birth, old age, disease and death. No one likes it. So everybody want to get rid of it. But when you give them solution, they will not take it. That is another unfortunate situation. They will keep trying many things in the same material world. In this material existence, they will keep trying many solutions to get rid of these problems. But when you give them original solution, real solution, which will actually make them free from this birth, old age, disease and death, that they will not take. And that solution is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so that you go there, Golok Vrindavan, there these problems are not there. Right? You don't want to become old, right? You don't want that your hair should be white, your wrinkles and this, you nobody want that. So you apply this real solution, go back home, back to Godhead, and you are never going to be old. You will always be young without using any beauty products. You are going to be young always. So focus on that real solution. Why you are wasting your time, money, energy and all the effort in the fake solution, in the temporary solution? This cream, this color, that color, this dress, that dress, so many things. People are wasting their time, energy and effort. These are temporary solutions. How long you can be young by using the different products? How long you can save yourself from death by using different medicines? Right? So we are not saying you just don't take medicine, don't take anything, don't take bath. No. Maintain your body so that you can chant Hare Krishna. That's it. That much bodily maintenance is required. This we have to insert in our mind very clearly, that bodily maintenance is required, must it is. But to what extent? So that we chant Hare Krishna happily. That means you are utilizing body properly. Yantra Rudhani Maya, Krishna says that. Okay, that it is the yantra, it is the machine given to you. Machine is given to Jiva. So when some machine is given, for what purpose? We should ask. So purpose is that you go back home, back to Godhead. Use this machine in Manmana Bhav Mad Bhakta Madhyaji Mam Namasku. In worshipping Krishna, you use this machine. Not machine is for our use. We are not for machine. Machine is for our use. We are not for machine. Okay. So that we have to understand. So you have a car. So car is there. So you go with car when you need. When you want to go there somewhere, you have a car. So for going somewhere, you have a car. It's not like that you have a car, so you are going somewhere. Some people do like that. When they have some car, anyway, when it's some new car comes, or like children, you give them a new bike or new bicycle. So when you give them new cycle and all, they will unnecessarily go here, there, and all the job they will do. So we have to understand that bike or car is there so that whenever you want to go somewhere, you go, use them. But it is not like that because car is there, so I will keep moving everywhere. That means I didn't understand the real use of the car or bike. So body is there, that does not mean that you are for body, so you keep maintaining and keep decorating it again and again. No. Body is given for your use. Use the body for service of Krishna. So whatever is required, you maintain like that. Right? Because if you just in our example of car, because car is there, so you just keep going everywhere. That means you will have to give extra petrol, extra maintenance, extra cleaning, everything extra, right? Because you are not using it for right purpose. So you are doing extra thing. That's what people are doing with the body. They are using it for many different things. So they need extra medicine, extra dresses, extra color, extra cream, so many things. Right? So that is required. That we should understand the real purpose of the body, which is service to Krishna and going back home, back to Godhead. So people don't understand it. This is a very unfortunate situation, right? They keep on doing denting, painting of the body so that they look young always. But they don't know that they cannot stay always young. And people don't accept this point and they become depressed and they spend a lot of money and they waste a lot of money. Right? That's the problem. So if people take to this Sankirtan movement of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, they will certainly be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga. And the people of this age will be happy as people were in Satyuga. So if we understand the glories of chanting Hare Krishna and we accept that and we chant Hare Krishna, then we can be happy like the people who were happy, like the people of Satyuga, the golden age. So anyone, anywhere can easily take to this Hare Krishna movement. One need only chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, observe the rules and regulation, and stay free from the contamination of sinful life. So that is the precaution. So even if one is sinful and cannot give up sinful life immediately, if he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with devotion and faith, he will certainly be freed from all sinful activities and his life will be successful. So if somebody is sinful, doing some sinful activities, he can also become devotee and he can chant Hare Krishna. So when he chant Hare Krishna, he will stop all those sinful activities and he will be freed from the reaction of sinful activities. Okay, so he will be successful. So Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this is the blessing of Lord Ramchandra, who has appeared in this age of Kali as Lord Gaur Sundar. Okay, so Lord Ramchandra, who came in the Kali Yuga as Lord Gaur Sundar, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given this blessing to us. What is that blessing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given by by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is the blessing of Lord Ramchandra also, because Lord Ram, Lord Krishna and Gauranga, they are not different, they are same in the one. Okay. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra is blessing us. Okay, so we have to take this process very seriously and sincerely and chant Hare Krishna and avoid the bodily consciousness. Because of people having so much bodily consciousness, they are not able to take the bhakti, take up the Krishna conscious process, because their mind is always in the body's maintenance. How I can become more beautiful, how I can become more handsome, more smart, how my hairs should be, how my eyebrows should be, how my cheeks should be. That's what people are always thinking. What dress I will wear today so that I look like that. 10 times they will change and all. This is all bodily consciousness. If we have a consciousness in that, we cannot progress in bhakti. Okay, so Krishna gave this yantra, this machine, to serve him so that we can purify ourselves and go back home, back to Godhead. So we have to utilize our body in the service of Krishna, and very important point is that so that we can use our body in the service of Krishna. For that reason, we have to maintain our body properly. We have to keep our body healthy. We have to keep our body neat and clean, internally and externally. So that is required. But that does not mean that we go on doing things for the body only and we forget the real cause for which the body is given. Yes, so that we have to be very much careful about, and in that way we have to engage our body on this machine which is given by Krishna. So in what purpose? In the service of Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. So thank you so much, and